Hi, this is Gus G, and if you're not listening to this show, then Andrew Freeman said, fuck you, and he's right.
Hello again, everyone. This is Ryan Whitting, and you're listening to another episode of Rockin You All Night, where we talk all things rock, all things metal, and all things with strings. And if you don't like it, then you must not rock. My guest this week is none other than guitar virtuoso Gus G, and we're coming at you from BLK Live in Scottsdale. So sit back, hold tight, and get ready for Rockin' You All Night. Head over to axehandler.com. Lean your guitar anywhere and carry your guitar support stand everywhere with the Axe Handler. The Axe Handler is the premier American-made portable guitar stand in the world today. Head over to axehandler.com so you can make sure that your guitars never go slip-sliding away again. That's axe-handler.com. Head over to phoenixanddragon.us for all of your Phoenix and Dragon band needs. Keep up to date on the future of progressive symphonic heavy metal with Phoenix and Dragon's concert dates, interviews, videos, and MP3 downloads at phoenixanddragon.us. Be sure to download Phoenix and Dragon's latest single, The Four Fires, as heard on the Rockin' You All Night podcast on SoundCloud. Get t-shirts, band merch, and metal so heavy that it hurts at phoenixanddragon.us. You're listening to the two-time bench press champion, the trendsetter, the friend getter, the lyrical miracle, the poet who can smoke and joe it, the man who loves to chat about this or that, the host of Rockin' You All Night and Reacts Radio, Ryan Whitting. We are currently looking for advertisers and sponsors to keep our internet radio show and podcast free for our listeners. So if you have a product, a band, or a brand that you'd love to have hyped, contact me today so that I can play it, fillet it, saute it, and you better believe that I'll slay it. And if you want, I'll rhyme it, chime it, jingle it, Kris Kringle it, and I'll even hit single it. Don't hesitate to throw some numbers my way and be a part of the funnest podcast in the nation today by messaging me at Rockin' You All Night on SoundCloud and Instagram. Hi everybody, this is Ryan Whitting, the host of Rockin' You All Night and Reacts Radio. People have said to me, Ryan, what's causing all this shaving and misbehaving? And I tell them, it's all about the Dollar Shave Club. With the Dollar Shave Club, you can get started with a month's worth of the best 6-blade razors and a handle for as low as $1. Or try one of their starter packs for as low as $5. Now those are some prices that you can't beat for some blades that'll keep you looking neat. All you have to do is look at my bio on the Rockin' You All Night podcast on SoundCloud and hit my Dollar Shave Club link so that you can keep your jawline looking lean, mean, and clean like mine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have with me a certified, bona fide, dignified, and not yet petrified masterpiece and a true artiste. A true G, a real G, an OG, the Greek guitar god himself, Gus G. Gus, it's great to have you here. How are you, sir?
Nice lyrics, man. You should make a song out of that.
Eminem's not the only white boy from Michigan who can freestyle.
Yeah, right on. Cool. Well, thank you for having me, man.
Oh, it's a pleasure to have you here. I mean, I was going to say the pleasure is all yours because not just anybody can be on the show anymore, but you beat me to it.
Exactly.
I mean, ask Teddy. Like, my phone rings sometimes and I'm like, Mark, who? And I just hang up.
Exactly, yeah.
That's
You're a busy guy, man. You can't just, you have to have a busy schedule. You can't fit everybody in anymore.
Amen to all that.
Yeah.
Bro, you're looking great. You are looking great.
Thank you so
We are at beautiful BLK Live in beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona. And as people know, I did bring my beach towel and my beach body. And it appears as though Gus G did the same.
I didn't bring my my swimsuit. I wish I had. right before I left Greece, my wife said, you should take your swimsuit. You never know. It's still, some places are going to be hot and you might find a pool in a hotel or something. You should take a swim. And I did not listen to her.
Listen to the wife. Happy
Yeah.
wife is a happy life.
Yep.
I've got an extra pair of trunks if you want to hit up the pool after the show.
Right on, man.
Let me go to my first question. Speaking of that, you do you tour all over. You're touring across the country right now. How do you keep in shape? How do you keep so lean while you're on tour? Like, what's the Gus G diet and exercise routine?
I don't know. Try to avoid as much the junk food as much as we can, which is not always the case. I mean, last night I had pizza for dinner, which is not good because I get stomach burn and nightmares.
Really?
Yeah, I do. But it's just, man, you just gotta try and eat a proper meal and stay away from all the junk food. Really, don't eat burgers every day at least, and
Right.
don't eat all the fast food. Just avoid all that. Stay away from the sodas. I don't drink
That's the
alcohol.
killer.
Maybe I'll have like a beer once every week or something.
Are you jogging? This interests me because I do work
Well,
out.
you have you're much more fit than I am, so you should be giving advice. It's not me. I'm not really Mr. Fitness. So.
But I don't tour across the globe like you do. So that's what
I'm actually always losing weight on tour, which is a good thing because I think it's a little bit has to do with sweating on stage every night, just jumping up and down, and just it's a little bit of a cardio workout as well.
Interesting.
So even if you don't get to go to the gym, it's still quite a workout up there. So
well, because correct me if I'm wrong, it is so important to stay physically and mentally fit when you're on tour like that. Like, you have to.
Absolutely, yeah, man.
Yeah.
And if you follow a good diet, you will be in a better physical shape and mental shape as well.
I agree with all that. I love this guy already. People on Facebook Live can see this. I love this guy here. So, Gus, you're on tour right now. You're with Vinnie Moore, and you're with Richie Kotzen here tonight at BLK Live.
It's the first show that we're meeting up with Richie today. So.
Yeah, dude, I wasn't going to miss this for anything. Thank you for allowing me to have this interview. You have a solo album out, Fearless. Phenomenal album, by the way. What's next in terms of promoting this album, this tour? Are you going back to Europe? What's next in terms of this album?
Yeah, I mean, after the U.S. run, going to England next month for 6 shows, and then taking a couple of weeks off, and then starting the European leg of the tour. So yeah, we'll be busy until December.
Wow.
Yeah, and then there's some gigs being booked for January and February. I'm coming back actually to do the Monsters of Rock cruise.
Oh, no kidding.
In 2019. And we'll see how long it goes, we'll see. It all depends on the feedback and if we get more offers. And if not, then we might stop and then I'll go back into doing another Fire Wind record. It all depends. We'll still figuring that out, to be honest.
Yeah, because you're promoting this album. I absolutely love. Love this, by the way. So when you're touring Europe, are you going? Vinny's still with you?
No. It's gonna be a headline run. It's gonna be me, and I have 2 bands from Germany supporting. A band called Maxwell and a band called Magical Heart.
Wow, dude.
So yeah.
That's phenomenal. For those of you that haven't gotten Gus's new solo album, Fearless, go to gusgofficial.com. It's phenomenal. You won't be disappointed, that I can assure you. So I know time is short. You've got sound check and all these things that you have to do. I have a signature segment. It's called This or That. Everyone's been stealing this from me. Okay. Those that have been stealing don't think I haven't
Did you invent
noticed.
that? You should trademark.
I really should.
Yeah.
We should have to call it R.Y.A.N. Whitting's This or That.
Yeah.
I'm learning. Gus just took me to school for those that are watching.
Business advice is.
Oh, dude, I need all that I can get. Dollar Shave Club's not paying me enough. So I'm going to give you 2 things.
I have to choose.
Choose this or that. You're on the ball already. We're
my
rolling.
God.
So
I have a feeling that this is already going to be the toughest part of the interview. But
I don't ask the easy questions, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So let me get to question 1. Here we go. This or that with Gus G. David Lee Roth or Uli John Roth?
That's an easy one. Uli John Roth.
Is he...
I mean, it's a guy that I took my band name from, I mean,
that's what I thought.
Fire Wind comes from a Uli John Roth record from back in the, I think, 1980.
83, I think that one was.
Electric Sun. I think 1980 was a year.
Oh, and then Earthquake was the...
I think Earthquake was 79.
Something like that. Yeah, you're right.
And then 83 was
Beyond Astral Skies.
Right.
See?
So Fire Wind, the second Electric Sun album. Yeah, that's where I got the band name from.
Is he what every guitarist should aspire to be? Like, is he as good as it gets?
You know, he's a real deal, man. He's an original. Like if you listen to Uli John Roth, what he was doing back in the '70s with the Scorpions, and of course with Electric Sun, you'll see. Oh, now I know where all the '80s shredders, and Yngwie and all those guys got inspiration from. So he's like an original for me. He's like up there with the true originals. Like Blackmore and all those guys.
I believe he's the
and very underrated too.
Right. He's the closest thing I believe we have to Jimi Hendrix. The reason I bring him up, this is one thing that you and I have in common besides being lean and mean. I was actually on stage with Uli singing The Sails of Charon with him one time.
Oh, yeah?
He pulled me up on stage to sing that song.
And that's not the easiest song either.
No.
Vocally.
I didn't say that I sang it well, but it's on YouTube, but we have that in common. Uli pulled me up there.
Oh, cool,
it's on YouTube. But Uli John Roth over David Lee. Correct answer. What's the, tell me the first time that you met him. What was
I met him in, I think, 2006 or 7 at the Frankfurt Music Messe, which is like the European NAMM show, if you like.
Right.
And I just went up to him. He was there at some booth, and I just went up to him and I said, "Hey, man, I'm a huge fan, and I have a band that I named after your album." And he goes, "Oh, so you're the Firewind guy? I've heard about
no
this."
kidding.
And yeah, thank you. And he was honored, and we got to hang out a little bit, and then I would meet Uli every year, either a NAMM show or something, and he came to Greece like a couple of years after that, and he invited me on stage, and we played the song Firewind together.
Yeah.
And a few years later, we did a tour together in Greece and Cyprus, and he's a mentor, he's a friend, and a guitar idol of mine.
Yeah, the first time I met him, it was like talking to a celestial being. It was like I got a vibe that was like so much.
He definitely has an aura.
Yes.
When he walks into the room, and he's very philosophical about things, and
he gave me some life advice. You give me business advice. He gave me life advice. So you're gonna have to tell him he needs to do my show the next time he comes back in town. Just saying.
Yeah.
Next
absolutely.
question 2. Jackson 5 or Jackson guitars?
It's a tough one, but I have to go with Jackson guitars.
What makes a Jackson guitar so special as opposed to other guitars?
I have to say there's a lot of great guitars out there, a lot of great guitar makers, and I really liked the custom shop guitars that Jackson built me. I have to say, actually, also have to mention that they were built by Mike Shannon, who's a master builder from back in the day. He was one of the guys that built Randy Rhoads guitars, and legendary guy in the business. And I just love the tone. It had this really thick and big tone, and the playability. It just felt the right guitar for me.
I don't play anything other than play a CD player. Shreddy Teddy, the producer here, he's was one of the best local ones. For somebody like me who doesn't know guitar, what's different about the make of it that would set it apart from, say, a Charvel or something? Is there something that's different about the neck?
Yeah, there's differences in the neck, and depends on what wood you choose, what pickups, and how they the radius, the frets, everything plays a role, of course,
I fell in love with Jackson guitars when I saw Vinnie Vincent have what would have been the next Randy Rhoads model. So
right,
I'd have to say correct answer. Jackson guitars over Jackson 5. Here's another tough one. The Wizard of Oz or the Blizzard of Oz?
Oh, as much as I love the movie, I have to go with the Blizzard of Oz. That's a great album,
isn't it?
I love it. It's classic, and I have to also fly the flag of Oz. I was a part of that band for a while, and
a while.
Really
almost
proud.
9 years, right?
Huh?
Almost 9 years.
Yeah. Maybe 7 years, I would say.
Okay.
From 2009 until pretty much last year. Yeah.
Yeah. When you were with Ozzy, and I don't want to focus on all that because there's other questions to get through. When you were with Ozzy and you did the album Scream, to the best of my knowledge, you only played one song from that album on your tours, Scream?
Yeah, on the tours, yeah.
Did you have any say in terms of what was going to be played or the set list, and were there other songs from that album that you would have liked to have played?
No, I wasn't really involved with that stuff. I mean, I would tell Ozzy every now and then if I got a chance, like, hey man, I love this track and this is one of my favorites and stuff. Just throw stuff out there, but I wasn't really, it was his solo band. That's his tour. He gets to pick and choose what he wants to play. We were not there to to say what we want to play. It's what he wants to play, and we execute.
When I saw you with Ozzy, I can't remember if it was 2010 or 2011, the shirt that you signed, that I saw you there, I was really hoping one track off that album, Life Won't Wait.
Oh, I love that song.
Oh, isn't it like that? I really thought was a missed opportunity to play that.
Yeah. I don't know. But I think it seems that on his last few albums, he just mainly did like the main single when he went out on the first tour cycle, and then just see the other thing with Ozzy. I think he really knows what his audience wants to hear. He has such a classic body of work, so he has a lot of hits to play, and there's only 90 minutes up there. So I'm sure it's a good problem, but it is still you have to please most of them somehow. So
that was just one because it had the same vibe and sound as like Mama I'm Coming Home and I Don't Want to Change the World, things like that.
There were some good songs on that record, man. I think
God.
Yeah.
Time
still sounds really good. Time is one of my favorites too. Yeah.
Yeah, those with your guitar on those tracks, I just have to say like that makes the song, like especially with Life Won't Wait for you, my friend. Like, but your acoustic guitar part on that just makes that.
Yeah.
So I really, that was like the one. It's not a complaint, but I'm like, man, I wish that song was on there. And there was a video for it. I'm like, why didn't you play it?
Yeah, I don't know. You have to ask him.
If I can get Ozzy on my show, then I know I will have made it in life. Here we go. Here's another one. Question 4. Halfway through. The Black Sabbath song Zero the Hero or a Greek Euro? I told you these are the tough questions.
Yeah, actually, I would have to go with Zero the Hero because I don't eat much gyro anymore because it makes you fat. So
really?
Yeah. So I try to stay away from that. Zero the Hero, it's a killer song.
Yeah. Are you a fan of the 80s Sabbath?
Oh yeah, I really love the Tony Martin era. I love all those records. Tear and Headless Cross, really underrated. Seems like this is like a forgotten era for Black Sabbath.
Forbidden is so good, and that one.
Forbidden, Cross Purposes, all those albums are great. Eternal Idol. I love all that stuff. It doesn't sound like the classic Sabbath, the '70s Sabbath. It's something else. But I always say like, you take any of Tony Iommi's album, even if it's his worst one, it's still better than most metal albums out there.
For real. Yeah. What makes a good gyro besides? Is it the sauce? Is it the cut of the meat? What would make a good gyro?
First of all, you need the right. You need good meat. It's a combination of ingredients. The pita, they put French fries in there, and what else? Ketchup, mustard, or the tzatziki sauce. So
sounds like you know a lot about them. You sure you don't eat those?
Yeah, I used to eat a lot when I was younger. I used to eat that every day. So then when I grew up, I'm like, oh, I'm getting a big belly now, so I have to stop.
All the running around on stage.
Yeah.
Staying lean, mean, and clean.
And we have chicken gyro as well.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
Oh, I always thought it was
do you get that here in the States? I don't know.
You can get a gyro.
You do, right? Oh, he knows.
Huh? Teddy knows more than me about that. Yeah. There's not too many good gyro places that I've had.
It's not the same the way they do it in America.
That's why I asked that. I bet it's not even close, actually.
If you ever go to Greece, you should try it for sure.
When you're on tour in Greece, send me an invite and I'll figure out a way to get there.
All right, buddy.
Here we go. Kiss Alive or Frampton Comes Alive?
That's an easy one for me. I was never a huge Kiss fan, and on the other hand, Frampton, it was the reason why Frampton Comes Alive, specifically that record, was the reason why I picked up the guitar and started playing. That was the main inspiration. So I'll have to go with Frampton Comes Alive. What was
it about that turned you into Greek guitar god Gus G?
It was the talk box effect specifically. I remember I was like 8 or 9 years old, and my dad had the vinyl at home and was playing that song "Do You Feel Like We Do." And when he was doing all that talk box effects and making guitar talk, I somehow thought it was a robot talking, and my dad said, "No, that's a guitar." So yeah, I was just amazed by it, and I said to him, "Hey, Dad, I wanna." I don't know. It was one of these epiphanies we get in life, and I just this is what I would like. I have to learn how to do this, and I would love to do this.
At 8 or 9, you made that decision.
Yeah.
If you can take me back to that time frame a little bit. So you're in elementary school at that age, 3rd, 4th grade. Are the school systems there more encouraging of the creative and performing arts? Because I can speak. Here they're not.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's the same back home. We didn't have. I mean, I remember like in some years, like we had. Look at that guy. Sorry. Yeah.
Vinnie Moore making faces.
Yeah. No, we used to have like this music class, but it wasn't really anything significant. You know, they would everybody in the class would just sing, I don't know, the national anthem or something.
Oh, wow.
Just weird stuff like that. It wasn't really getting to learn how to play an instrument or something.
I thought that would be different. I thought that's why Europe gets metal music more so than here in the U.S. I thought there'd be more.
I don't know how it is in other countries, but you know, speaking of Greece, it's we didn't have proper music class, which is sad. Maybe that should change in the future.
Absolutely. Speaking of Greece, next question. Yanni live at the Acropolis or Superman live in Metropolis?
Superman live in Metropolis. What is that, a record or something?
Superman lives in Metropolis.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yanni's album live at the Acropolis.
Oh yeah, they rhyme, right? It's one of your rhymes.
See? I told you.
God.
I think I've stumped Gus G.
Yeah. Superman.
All right. Are you into comics?
Superman live at the Acropolis. Can we do that? That would be cool.
Now that would be epic. What does it take for somebody to play at the Acropolis? I mean, is that a goal of yours to play there?
I don't think you can play at the Acropolis.
It's a theater near it. I can't remember.
It's like the ancient theater. Yeah, I think they only they only use it for really specific events in the government. You have to get like a license, like a permission from the government, and it's all that stuff. They don't really do metal concerts there or anything. Like, it has to be something really big. Like, I think Vangelis did a special show there. Yanni did his live album there. I think recently the Foo Fighters did a show there, if I'm correct.
I think.
And I don't know how the hell they pulled that off, but it was great.
When you become a dignitary for your country, I think we need some more shows there.
Yeah, let's see.
I think you've got it in you to be a political leader, actually. All right, here we go.
I would never get involved in politics, man. That's my thing.
I don't blame you. Next question. I've got 2 left, and I'll let you go. Money for nothing or chicks for free? Tough one, right?
Yeah, man. Money for Nothing. I love that song, man.
Okay.
And chicks for free.
Oh, you take it both?
Yeah.
Nice.
But I'm a married guy, so it's I don't care if a chicks for free and all that. Money for nothing.
How long
I'll stick with the music. Yeah, I've been married for 7 years.
Oh wow, dude! Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
That's phenomenal. What made you decide to cover that song on your album? Was just a favorite when you were a kid?
Funnily enough, it was my wife's idea.
Really?
Yeah, because I was thinking about I wanted to do a cover, at least one or two, for this record, and I said, what should I do? What should I do? And I was making this short list and just writing down songs, and then she goes, you should do Money for Nothing. And then I looked it up on YouTube to see if there's been any like recent remakes or something, and I didn't really find anything. And I was like, wow, this is cool. And then I got the idea to kind of revamp it and make it a bit heavier.
And you make it yours without a doubt. What was the story then when you did Maniac?
That was actually Bob's idea, our keyboard player.
Okay.
He just suggested it out of the blue. We were finishing up the recordings of the album, The Premonition. And it was like, I think, our last day in the studio. And it was getting late at night. And he goes like, hey, we should do something like maybe for a bonus track or something. He goes, how about Maniac? And then I'm like, oh, where'd you come up with that? And then we put it up online. We just checked it out. And we just started jamming out of the blue. And then it was intended to be like a bonus track.
Mm-hmm.
And then it ended up being on the main track list on the record. And
people love it.
I think it's our most streamed song on Spotify.
Probably is.
It is, yeah. It's seems like it's got a life of its own. It's like
that was when I first saw you guys live on that 08. I think it was.
Did we play it on that tour?
I believe it was played that night. I don't know. I can speak for
maybe. Yeah. We used to do it on that tour back then, but we haven't played it live in years. We stopped doing that.
What's next? What's forthcoming for Firewind? Anything right now?
I would like to start writing some new songs again after this tour winds down, and just when I go back home and relax a little bit, write some new songs, and would like to make a new record. I don't know when that will be recorded or released, but within the next year and a half, I would say, yeah.
And Uli John Roth is going to make a special guest appearance. That's my request.
That would be great. I actually spoke to Uli about 8 years ago. I said I would like to make a cover of Firewind, your song, and then we can do the solo together. And he said, yeah, if you do that, I'll do it.
Oh, it has to be.
So
have to get.
Actually, maybe I should. I should maybe do that now that you mentioned. Thanks for bringing it up.
Right, I'll take full credit for that. Usually I claim I discover people, but I can't claim that I discovered you. I'll take credit for giving you that idea. Last question, I'll let you go. You ready? This is a tough one.
Okay.
Ryan Whitting or log splitting?
Ryan Whitting, without a doubt.
And why is that? Because I have the best collection of concert memorabilia on
Absolutely,
Instagram?
yes. You win. Man, really, you got some really cool T-shirts. Thanks for bringing all this memorabilia here.
Yeah, for those on Facebook Live, you can scan and look at the shirts Gus has signed for me. My signed CD collection that Gus has been so gracious to sign for me. But
from the Scream tour, and this really brought back memories from the U.S. tour in 2008, Firewind. That was a pretty lengthy tour as well, but
that's when I first saw.
And they're really in really good condition, so perfect condition.
Oh God,
so
I may have worn that night, and that was it. But I was hooked from that.
I actually do the same. I always keep like a tour shirt from each tour I do, and I just stash them just for memorabilia to have them. I don't wear them, but I just keep them just to remember what tour shirt designs we had from each tour.
Rob Halford does the same thing. I spoke to him. It's not an episode of my show, but
he said he does the same, yeah.
And he said he has them from the earliest days of Priest
Fantastic.
that nobody's seen. He doesn't put them out there anywhere. I'm like, I have to talk with Rob Halford at length about
That's great. He does that, yeah.
What else do you collect? Anything?
Cats.
How many do you have?
We just got a third one last week. We had two. Now we have a third one. My
tabby
mom
that
rescued it. I'm sorry.
Was there a tabby cat that I saw? There was one that looked like what's called a tabby.
Tabby. What's that?
It's like a flavor of cat. I guess I don't know. But
I don't know what that means, but
I don't know either. I'm not a cat.
Yeah.
Somebody said that looks like a tabby. Anyway, continue.
Yeah. No, my mom rescued this cat when she was on vacation. He was only 4 weeks old, and yeah, he was in pretty bad condition. So she took him in and nursed him, and then she's like, I can't really keep him. So we're like, okay, we'll take him. And now we have 3 cats at home, which is great.
Phenomenal. Gus, I know time is short. I just want to say thank you not only for this interview, thank you not only for tonight's concert, but for all the years of rocking our socks off with kick-ass heavy metal music.
Thanks for the support, man. I appreciate it.
I'll continue to support anything that you would want from me. You have an open invite anytime. I'd love to promote anything that you're a part of. And Gus, thank you for being on Rockin You All Night, where we talk all things rock, all things metal, and all things with strings. And if you don't like it,
then you must not rock.
There you have it, another episode of Rockin You All Night. Be sure to follow Rockin You All Night on YouTube, SoundCloud, Facebook, and Instagram. The music on this episode is provided by Phoenix and Dragon. To download Phoenix and Dragon songs, go to phoenixanddragon.us. Follow Gus G Official on Instagram and go to gusgofficial.com for all of your Gus G needs. And be sure to check out blkliveaz.com for all of your BLK Live concert calendar needs. We'll see you when the sun shines again. Until then, follow along, leave comments, click like and subscribe. And remember, we've only just begun.